Welcome back to Arc Salt Lake. Time now is 8:30. Thanks so much for being with us this morning. Most of us, we try to be healthy, and even though the year is halfway over, which is really weird to say, it is not too late. We're joined now by our health coach, Heather Doney, to guide us through where health and fitness is heading. Good morning, Heather, and thank you so much for being here this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me again today.
So let's talk about some emerging health trends. Is it true people are living longer and longer because of medicine and tech advances?
Well, we're definitely seeing some new trends with longevity, and I think it's becoming less of quick fixes. People want to be able to create longer, healthier, and more connected habits. And so, one of those things with longevity and metabolic health, that's a trend that we're seeing. People are asking maybe less of how can I get skinnier and more of how can I get stronger to be able to be healthier and stronger like the next 20, 30, 40 years. So it's definitely something that is becoming way more important for people than just being skinny, chasing that skinny.
Right. And how does personalizing someone's health fit into, living longer, along with, of course, diet, exercise, and sleep?
Yeah. So, well, with longevity, it's not just about living longer. It's more like maintaining energy, strength, mobility, and independence so that we can enjoy those, our lives as we're aging. And so strength training is becoming really a huge focus for people. It's one of the best tools for healthy aging. Because muscle supports our balance, our bone health, our independence, and our metabolism. And metabolism, that affects a lot of things, right? Our blood sugar, energy, our inflammation, and overall health. So, I teach fitness classes, and so a lot of the women that come to my classes, they aren't there to train necessarily for a marathon. They are training for the long game. Like they want to be able to travel and play with their kids and their grandkids and garden and go hiking and just keep doing the things that they love. And so it's, we're kind of shifting from looking good for life into feeling good for life.
Yeah, definitely a good perspective. And I know that GLP-1s, the use of them are becoming more and more popular, it seems. What are some of the benefits, and is that really something that can be used long-term, a long-term solution?
Well, I think GLP-1s are a really good tool. Some people think that I should be against those because, there's such controversy with those. I actually think they are a really good tool that people can use as long as you're using them with other tools to go with it. So moving your body, getting the protein that you need, building muscle. There's research that says that you can use them like a microdosing, so like a smaller amount for a longer period of time. And obviously you'd want to talk to your doctor about that. But I think they are a great tool to use to help with other tools in conjunction with that.
We all know how important sleep is. I'm sure some people who work on the morning show permanently might benefit from using some technology that actually tracks your sleep. How do these work, and what do we gain from using these types of devices?
Yeah, so I have an Aura ring right here actually on right now, and this has been a game changer for me. It tracks so many things, but the most important thing that I am using it for is for my sleep. And that's something that sleep has really gotten more attention these last few years. I feel like we're putting more emphasis on how important sleep is because it affects nearly every system in our body. We recover while we're sleeping. It helps with hormones, metabolism, mood, and immune function. They all depend on sleep. And you can't really out exercise poor sleep. So sleep is so important. And using devices like this can help track how deep your sleep was, or how long it took you to go to sleep, how many times you're waking up in the night, and then you can kind of take that feedback and figure out, okay, do I need to have a more consistent bedtime? One of the things that I love to teach my clients is circadian rhythm. Going outside in the morning and getting some of that sunlight on your face, that helps your circadian rhythm to tell your body when it's time to go to bed at night, and can really help with a better night's sleep. Obviously, they say reducing screen time before bed, something that I struggle with a little bit, but and then keeping your room cool and dark, which another thing, I hate to be cold, so but I do keep my room dark. So those are some tips that you can definitely use for that.
Yeah, it's definitely helpful. It's hard to go to sleep sometimes, but with those tips, make it a little bit more easier. So would you say that these sleep tracking tools are worth it then?
I think so. It's interesting because it will tell you your sleep score. A lot of these devices will tell you your sleep score, and it's kind of like you're trying to beat your sleep, get better than the night before. And my husband, interesting, like for him, it's showing that he actually does not get into a deep sleep very well. So his sleep score is always really low, and it tracks his movement. He moves all night long. So this is something that we can take and maybe go and talk to a doctor about, like what more could he do to help. Maybe he's got sleep apnea, we're not sure. But some of these things can really help figure out, maybe I need
Yeah.
to try some different things to get the better sleep than I need.
Yeah, it is so important. Let's talk about exercise a little bit. What are some of the benefits of exercising and maybe group exercise classes?
Yeah, and that's what I teach. I am passionate about group exercise. Connection matters. And I think that so this, having a community for your exercise really does benefit your health, not just physically, but also emotionally. So with having a community, it kind of helps you improve your accountability and consistency. So like for me, I have my group coaching classes. And they often come for the fitness, but they stay for the friendships. So it's encouraging each other, celebrating each other's wins. People notice when you're not there, so it kind of creates this sense of belonging. And so it really does influence your physical and your mental health with having a community. And ways you can do that is, you don't necessarily have to join a big gym. Obviously, I teach fitness classes not in a gym. I just teach them in a studio that I rent. But just even walking with a neighbor, activities with your family, church groups, going hiking with friends. We really are wired for connection. And I think that gets overlooked a lot with our wellness.
Definitely, and creates a sense of accountability as well. Heather, thank you so much for joining us this morning. You have really great advice. I am officially inspired to get out there and work out and sleep a little bit better this weekend. Thank you so much for being here.
Great. Thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate it.